6, 7 days, they found retinal hemorrhages in her eyes, and accused my wife and I of shaken baby syndrome, of child abuse. We had no idea what any of that meant at the time, so we were cooperative, I guess naive. We just figured we had a big misunderstanding to clear up, and it wasn't a big misunderstanding to clear up to them. They wanted to, I mean, they were full tilt. We came into contact with what's called a child abuse pediatrician. They see the world one way. And to them, if there's retinal hemorrhages, that equals shaken baby syndrome. That's what they look at. They didn't consider her birth trauma. And basically, the next thing we knew, we were not allowed to stay the night at the hospital, being treated like criminals. And then when my daughter was finally discharged from the hospital, right when we got an attorney, when we realized that we were up against some serious allegations, we got an attorney, and within hours of doing that, CPS showed up with the police and took our daughter away for 7 months and put her in foster care. So that was horrific. As a husband and a dad, it took everything inside of me not to go completely crazy in that moment, because you want to protect your family, but I realized I couldn't do anything to protect them. To protect them would mean bad things, right? And I'm going to lose against 3 policemen. And so thankfully, I think it's God. I'm a Christian. I think that God gave me the wisdom to just take a deep breath in that moment, because like I said, your natural reaction is to fight for your family, because we said, where are you taking our daughter? Why can't she stay with our friends or family? And they said, anyone who supports you and your wife are considered a danger to your daughter. And they took her, and she was in foster care for 7 months. Meanwhile, they charged me criminally with 2nd-degree felony child abuse. So first we had a civil trial. My wife got my daughter home after 7 months of being in foster care, but I had a pending criminal trial. So the day she got our daughter home, I had to pack a bag and move out of the family home. So we had several really good doctors, experts that looked at her case and set of records and said, there's no way this is from shaken baby syndrome. This is birth trauma. She has, documented birth injuries here and retinal hemorrhages. And then she ended up having subdural hematomas. That was from birth. So those 2 things. So what's happened in the world of shaken baby syndrome is the biomechanical engineers have determined that the forces that you need to apply to shake a baby, to actually shake a baby, when there isn't neck trauma, I mean, it's sick. I mean, obviously, anybody who shakes a baby needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I don't try to say that shaken baby syndrome doesn't exist. That would be stupid. But to diagnose it based off of retinal hemorrhages and subdural hematomas minus neck trauma, rib injuries, because you would have to hold the infant so tightly that you would definitely, the infant would have fractures for sure. And this has been proven by biomechanical engineers, the same people who make car seats safe, the same people who make, our cars safe, seat belts, all that stuff, right? But these child abuse pediatricians, they refute all that, and they kind of hold this corner on the market by saying, we're protecting kids. And if some innocent people get caught up in the cogs, tough, right? And I argue, and on my podcast, we argue this, are you protecting kids if you misdiagnose a child and you actually delay medical treatment that child needs? I don't think that's protecting kids. Are you protecting kids if you take them away from their family and put them in foster care with strangers? Have y'all looked at the statistics of what happens to kids in foster care? You're ripped her out of a loving family's arms, So these doctors take a Hippocratic oath to first do no harm, and they did a lot of harm. So anyways, I'm trying to make this a short version. I ended up, all of our experts, the prosecutor painted all of our experts as hired guns. that were paid to be there. Of course, we had to pay the doctors to review records. It was a 2-week trial. The jury deliberated for 3.5 days. They were split. They kept coming back with questions. And I was convicted. The emotional argument won the day in the case. I was convicted of second-degree felony child abuse, a felon. So that now I'm a convicted felon. The judge, I was facing 10 years in prison. And like I said, I was an airline pilot at the time. So in my sentencing, all of the pilots that I worked with showed up because they all knew my character. I had passed 2 polygraph tests, but they weren't admissible in trial. You can't use that in a criminal trial. So the judge knew about the polygraphs. The judge saw all my pilot brothers at my sentencing, and she took what was called a downward departure in my sentencing. She sentenced me to 1 year in prison, 3 years probation. So she kind of knew, but the jury, she had to give a sentence. She had to give something. So then I got out and was able to reunite with my family, but it took 10 more years after that. The University of Michigan Innocence Clinic came on and took my appeal on, direct appeal, pro bono, which was incredible. We went through a huge appellate process. We were losing appeals. The Court of Appeals doesn't really care about innocence. What they care about is if you got a fair trial. So they looked at my trial and they said, this guy had a robust defense. They called expert witnesses. But long story short, after about 7 years of fighting back and forth, Michigan formed what's called a conviction integrity unit in their attorney general's office. And we approached the attorney general's office. And after a 3-year review, the Michigan Attorney General and the Michigan Innocence Clinic came back with a signed motion that they took back to the trial judge based off new science and everything that the evolving science of shaken baby syndrome and the junk science that they're using to convict people. And they overturned my conviction. I was declared innocent. But the fallout was I lost my job as an airline pilot. I lost, probably 4 years of my career. I train pilots now for a major airline here in Texas. I'm back in my field. I don't fly anymore, but I train pilots in the simulators, and I kind of want it that way. I like being home every night. I don't want to pack a roller bag. But it was crazy. So that's what I do in my podcast. We talk about junk science and we talk about shaken baby syndrome because there's a man here in Texas on death row who was accused of what I was accused of, except his daughter died. So I read his entire trial transcript. I testified before the Texas House Criminal Jurisprudence Committee for him. And, I had expert pathologists, neurologists that reviewed the records, and I asked them about his case. And everyone's saying the same thing. His daughter was a sick girl. She was prescribed 2 medications that aren't even allowed to be given to kids anymore. She had double pneumonia. She was in and out of the hospital 80 times from the age of 2 months old to 2. So very sick kid, had been resuscitated several times before she was even ever in her dad's care. So I'm pretty passionate about junk science. I'm pretty passionate about the falsely accused just because of what I've been through. And it's kind of become my lifelong mission to speak up for those people who don't have a voice. Because when you're locked up behind bars, you feel, when you're a convicted felon and you don't belong there, and you've been just like James, the system completely worked against you. You don't feel like you have a voice, and you need somebody to be that voice for you. And that's what Tiana was for James and so many other people that fought for James. But these men need a voice for them. So I try to be that voice for who I can be a voice for. And I have parents that call me weekly. Every week. I just talked to a daycare worker they shut her daycare down. They're accusing her of shaken baby syndrome. This kid has documented medical conditions, So yeah, that's the long and short of it. That's who I am. And I met Tiana through this whole process of knowing another person on death row. And visiting another death row wife, and Tiana happened to be there where we were visiting her, and yeah, she's become a dear friend of ours and like family to us. So yeah,
Have you
and
got?
you're up way past your bedtime, young lady.
There we go. There we go. The dad side of him comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was actually talking about thank you. I was actually
Yeah,
talking about your case because I wouldn't it's nice to be able to educate people on wrongful
yeah,
convictions, and that,
right.
you once believed that, anyone that goes to prison, they're guilty of something. Like you was
Yeah,
you I
yeah.
feel like, because I've been to your house, you are the Texan. What's the best
Yeah.
way to say it? You are a Texan. That's the best way to say it.
I'm just a red-blooded American through and through, but I've been
There you go.
educated. I've been
There you
educated. The scales have been lifted off my eyes
go.
because of what happened. And I'm realizing that you can't just assume because somebody is in court
Yeah.
or that somebody is, charged with something. You can't just automatically assume, oh, that person deserves to be here. That's how I thought. I thought, oh, they had that coming to them. If they're here before, I just had this naive view of justice in the system. I believed in the death penalty before this. It was a horrible thing to have to go through, but it's made me a better person. And I don't even, it doesn't even make sense saying that sometimes, but God used this in my life to teach me truth. And I want to know the truth. I like to know the truth. And what I learned and what Tiana's had to learn and a lot of people learn is there is a lot of evil in the world. There's evil in this world. And we have to fight against that. We have to fight for truth. We have to fight for justice. And yeah, I'm glad that God used this in my life to teach me that. And I just want to make sure that I teach other people that it's like a calling to me now. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. It's so yeah. So if I love talking to people on the other side of things that think the way I thought. And a lot of them are pilots because they're in my industry, and I'll open up with somebody I'm training and talk to them about it, and you can change hearts sometimes, even if it's a few at a time. So
I believe it takes knowledge, and that's why I was talking about you, because I was saying, anybody can be tested. I've seen you. You guys grew up in a very lovely family, no trouble, no history
right,
of criminals, no nothing,
right,
and
yeah,
the next thing you know, you're in prison for something you didn't even do.
right,
You were
yeah,
doing your due diligence by taking your child to hospital, like every parent would do, right?
right,
And next thing you know, you're behind bars for something you never did when you were trying to do something good, and actually try save your daughter's life, which where she is such a beautiful child now.
yeah,
But
yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
and that's why I was
yeah,
trying to tell people, you don't know what could happen to
yeah,
you.
yeah. Right. And it was the most gut wrenching thing to be accused of hurting the person that you would literally lay your life down for, I would die for my daughter. I cherish her. I love her so dearly. I would take a bullet for her. I would take a bullet for anyone in my family. I love my family. And to be accused of something that horrific is just, um, it was, I can't even describe it. But it more so for me, it wasn't what they did to me. It was taking her away. I lost 2 years with my wife and daughter. And when they take that time from you, they steal it from you and you don't get it back. Time is precious. We all know that. Time is a commodity that you cannot create, right?
Mhm.
Um, and Tiana knows that better than anyone right now. The time that she had with James is like, that is like, you can't even put a value on it, can you?
No, I could
Right?
never put value to the time I had. It was so
Yeah.
precious, and I know it's never gonna come back, which is the hardest part. Like, money comes and goes. Remember, we were talking about this before. Money comes and goes, but time, once it goes, it's never coming back. And
Yep.
trust me, there are people, not just myself. There are people who will give anything in this earth to have the time back that they can't take back anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep. My wife is funny. She gets stressed about money, and after what we've been through, we just had a big plumbing bill, and I laugh about it because after everything we've been through, I just say, "Baby, it's just money. We'll make more. I'll go make more. It's okay," you
Yeah.
know. And she, women are wired a little more differently, and she knows that I'll go get it. I always do, but but
Well, hard
it's
worker.
funny. Yeah, it's funny, but after what we've been through, it's kind of like you look at everything else in life and go, "Geez, that's it. Some plumbing. Okay, well, all right,
It's
no big
interesting
deal."
when you end up in situations like this, it changes your perspective on life. What is
Yeah,
valuable, what is priority, what like it's all nice and good to have a nice house and nice belongings and nice
right.
car, but
Yeah,
that no longer holds value
it
when
doesn't.
time with people is super more important, you know? So it's like
Absolutely.
it
Yeah,
changes like for us even like you even I was telling people before even a disagreement it like it would end quickly because is it really worth arguing over this, is it really
right.
worth disagreeing with this, like you don't know what tomorrow brings, and it's changed my
Yeah,
perspective so much about life, like
yeah,
as long as I'm healthy and I'm still able and I still have the capacity to work and to do what I can. Obviously right now the grief is really bad, but
yeah.
oh, thank you to everyone that's subscribing to the YouTube channel for
Thank
guys.
you.
He's incredible.
Thank
Um,
you.
but yeah, so honestly, it changes the way you think. Life
Yeah.
becomes super more valuable than materialistic stuff.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And that's, when we met Tiana, I knew I was just kind of like I knew right away after hearing about her and James, and I knew about James' case. Um, but meeting her officially and then hearing what I heard about James, I knew like we have to as a family, we have to wrap our arms around her and support her in any way we can, and help her in any way we can. And um, yeah, you've become family to us. You're stuck with us. I'm sorry, girl.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. This is who I talk about when people ask me, "Do you have support?" This is who I speak
Yeah,
about. It's just annoying that they're so far away from me now, but soon I will join them again. It's just
coming back. Yep,
I'm coming back. So it's like
yep.
it's honestly it's been a blessing.
Hey,
And
I've tuned in here and there, and I've taken some notes. I know we need a pound of crawfish, some peach cobbler. I know we're gonna need some barbecue. Let's see. This girl likes her food. You wouldn't know it because she's about 105 pounds soaking wet, but she wants to eat some food, some Texas food, and we're gonna have to put it on her because she's lost weight, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the stress is
And they gave me the first time experience with s'mores, even though it was super
tamales.
sweet.
Yes, tamales are good. Yeah. Oh
It,
yeah, we gave you. Yeah, we had a bonfire and s'mores. You'd never had a s'more,
no,
right?
and that was my first time. And your daughter was teaching me how to do
Yep.
s'mores, which was
Oh
incredible.
yeah.
But
Yep.
yeah,
That's
it was
it.
super incredible. They just swooped me out. They came like God sent these people to me in the midst of my grief. And they literally, like, remember, you guys were on your way home, and there was like, nope, we're coming to take you out of there. And they
Yeah.
took me out of there. And literally, I spent a week with them. And even though they saw me in my grief, they just never, I didn't have to ask for nothing. It was there. Like, it was like, I didn't have to ask. And I mean, ask for anything. I don't mean physical. I meant like even emotionally. I didn't have to ask. You guys were always, are you okay? Do you need anything? You know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
even
Yeah.
when I remember when I first time I overslept and you guys knocked on the door to make sure I was okay. But
Well, we tried to call you first, but you slept through your phone. So I sent my wife up. I said, "All right, go up there. We have a little guest house." So I said, "Go up there and make sure Tiana's okay. Just give her a quick check. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
so you guys, even your parents,
Yeah.
was incredible. So this is my
Yeah.
main support, and I love them so much. And they
Yep.
don't, and I love it because they pester me. They always consistently
We
message
do.
me,
Yep.
no matter what the
Yep.
time is. So
Yep.
I
Yeah.
even like mine a little bit. I love s'mores, and I even like my little bat. Do you know what? Yes, I like them bad because your daughter burnt them a little bit more, and I was like,
Oh
this is
yeah.
nice. I
Yeah.
love the
She get.
fire
Yep.
too.
She tends to put that marshmallow in a little. I think it's a little too long, but if you like them burnt, maybe. That girl knows. She knows.
She was super
She could
smart.
probably cook a better s'more than me, I'm sure. But well, you know, I don't know if this is too personal, Tiana, and stop me if it is. But one of the things that happened is we were driving away from Livingston, and we were 20 minutes away from saying goodbye to you back then. And I looked at my wife and I said, "This isn't something isn't right here. Like this isn't like we gotta call and we gotta turn around." And we turned around and we got Tiana and we brought her home.
Yeah.
It wasn't the original plan, but it's like God intervened, and I just we were 20 minutes of driving away, and I said, this something isn't right, and that was already a pretty emotional day. You know, we had picked up James' ashes, and I went with her to do that, and witnessing that, being there with you during that time. I drive down to death row 2 times a month, and I was just down there Thursday seeing somebody, and I was just because of that connection now, the drive down there was different. The drive back was different because I wasn't just thinking about Robert, I was thinking about Tiana and James, and it's forever changed. That's just the continued fallout of these horrific death penalty cases, right? Like the having to see this poor woman be handed this little square container, and they put it on her lap, and I remember her saying, "So this is my husband?" And I'm just, Tiana, that's just etched in my heart and mind with you, like that experience. I was glad I could be there for you for that, but it was like we're linked, and that drive now that's part of it, and I'm glad it's part of it. I don't ever want to forget these things because I don't want to I don't want to be a person that has my head buried in the sand. I want to know truth, and I want to know what what happens when this happens, and seeing a wife having to go through those emotions, and it was just like, no, we got to bring her home. I know that we've got the family and the 2 big dogs that'll love on her, and just everything that she needs to, like, for healing. Even the dogs were incredible. One of our dogs really latched onto you, and
Yeah.
Birdie. Yep.
And then the
Yep.
cats. The cats
Yep.
were coming by my feet. And
You're not a cat person, but
I'm definitely not a cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow they liked me. Yeah, It was incredible. It was, and
Yeah.
remember, we had only we had met once before, which was very brief at
Yep.
James's rally.
Yep.
And then we had met, obviously, that day. You came only for no more than 24 hours. And
Yeah.
literally, we all got along, and it was like, I don't know. It was incredible. It was God's work. And literally, I remember when I spoke to you on the phone, you was like, "We're coming to take you. Like, we're coming to take you with us back home."
Yeah. Well, I asked you first. I said, "Hey, listen, like, here's what we, and then, we knew we had some stuff to handle there, and but I just said, hey, listen, this is what we feel led to do, and you agreed, but I wasn't, I wasn't kidnapping you."
No, you wasn't. But so it was just a situation where, like, you guys packed the car, and it was like it was interesting because the transitioning from the event, because obviously April 30th, James gets executed. I end up in Livingston for about a week. Yeah, it was a week, so I can sort out the cremation, I can sort out everything. And then it was like I was transitioning, and then I went obviously to you guys, and then I was able to move forward with my journey, and it helped me during my grieving process. And I think it was nice to be able to sit around the table with family, and to eat, and to play card games, and to enjoy, just kind of take my mind off things, and kind of show me that it's okay. We understand you're grieving, but it's okay. And the support was incredible. I
felt like we needed to get you out of Livingston. You had been there. It had been a week, right? And it was kind of like, it was part of your transition back to the UK. Like, I felt like we needed to like get you out of Livingston into a new environment, in an environment where there was just a change of scenery and quiet, and you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
it stopped me from ranting online.
No, well,
I was too
yeah,
focused.
yeah,
I was too focused on
yep,
I was being kept busy. That's what was going on. But
yeah, yep,
yeah, it was just incredible. So this is the reason why I brought Josh here, because like I said, anybody can be tested. Anybody. He
yeah.
was a pilot. Like you always say, like, as pilots, you guys have to have extremely up to par, you know, records. Like, you
Oh
guys
yeah,
can't have one little inch of wrong,
right.
because
Yeah,
you are being trusted up in 30,000 feet up in the air with other lives.
yeah, yeah.
So
They did
it's like,
FBI background checks on me every 6 months. My fingerprints were on file with the FBI. I mean, since 9/11, they're checking you hard when you're behind the controls of an airplane. So yeah, to be accused of this stuff in the courtroom, I remember like going, you know, what are we? And that's why all my pilot brothers showed up at sentencing. They showed up in full uniform. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, what are you guys? So they're like, we just want this judge to know who she's sentencing today.
yeah,
Well, okay, wow, okay, you know,
yeah, which is incredible.
yeah,
Yeah, we need to do this more often. I think in a better time, because it's
yeah,
but
yep, that's right. We can do it from my studio right here. Yeah,
so yeah, so we need to do more of this, because I want people to know more about people that are being wrongfully convicted, and that it
yeah.
does exist, especially in Texas. But
Well,
your case was in Michigan, so it's a bit different.
yep,
But still, it
sure,
doesn't matter.
yep,
It's in every other state.
yep.
Um, it
Well,
doesn't have to always be
yeah,
definite.
I think, I bet you your listeners here would agree. I think Tiana should have her own podcast. I can help her get one going. So, yep, be good. I think you should.
It's so funny because everyone's saying now we know where the videos were coming from because of the background.
Oh, from yeah, yep. We were pretty hush hush. We had her tucked away here, and we weren't telling anybody because we just wanted her to feel safe and protected, and you know, so we were keeping it wrapped up. But yeah, you'll see some videos with this backdrop.
So
It's Tiana.
someone asked, does he stay a felon now, or is the record clear? He's
My
completely
record's
clear.
cleared. I'm completely exonerated, declared innocent. Yeah, so that's all gone, thank God. So, yep, yep. I could go fly again, but I just like being in the training department because I train pilots in the simulators, and I'm home every night. I don't have to go and leave on 3-4 day trips. I did that for 20 plus years, and it's nice to be home. So, yep.
Yes, and he helped me get rid of my fear for planes as well. Remember, I was messaging you, I was like, oh my God, there's so much turbulence, but I'm okay. But yeah, so is
Yeah.
Michigan more just than Texas?
What's that?
Is someone asked, is Michigan more than just Texas, just than Texas? Meaning, I'm guessing they're trying to say, is Michigan just as bad as Texas?
Oh, no, I think Texas is harsher as far as Michigan doesn't have the death penalty. Texas does. So in Texas, the problem with Texas, Texas has this reputation. They want to uphold this reputation to be tough on crime. Okay, and what I would say to that is, okay, it's good to be tough on crime, but I think it's better to be smart on crime. And what I mean by being smart on crime is we have to follow all the evidence wherever it goes, right? And it means that prosecutors and detectives, if the case they've been working for 2 months, like if their theory gets shot to hell, they need to start over. They need to have the integrity to start from scratch.
Yes.
That's the problem, is they get tunnel vision. If they're 2 months into a theory and the rug gets pulled out from under them, they'll do anything to make it fit. And that's a problem. That's not justice. That's not, it's just not good. It's very harsh. So, yeah, that tough on crime thing, I counter it with be smart on crime. You need to be smart on crime, not tough on crime. So, yeah,
Yeah.
executions, the death penalty. I've totally changed my views on the death penalty as a Christian. I look at it that we are all image bearers of God, everyone. We are all image bearers of God. And who are we as human beings to say that somebody's not redeemable? We shouldn't be playing God. That's not up to us to say who's redeemable or not. That's up to God, and God alone decides those things. So I think that our government can't administer it properly or with any sort of responsibility, and they've proven it time and time again. Look at all these botched executions. And even the ones that they say aren't botched, you've heard Tiana talk about it. I mean, it's not pleasant. It's not an easy way to go. It's not humane. They put animals down more humanely. And it's sick and it's got to change. So I'm going to spend the rest of my life not only doing what I'm doing on my podcast, but I've become an advocate against the death penalty. They lit that fire under me, so bring it. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Thank
All right.
you. Thank you. I will
Yeah.
contact
Thanks for
you.
having me. And it's very late your time. You wrapping this up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody go to bed.
Yes, Captain.
That's right. See those captain bars back there? Yeah, I earned all those wings and captain's bars. So everybody go to bed. This is your captain speaking. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
and
everybody.
we'll be in
All right.
touch.
Love you, Tiana. Take
Love
care.
you.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon. All right. Bye.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. So there you go. He is lovely. He is incredible. Honestly, he is just, yeah. Yeah, it's just you yeah. It's an amazing story. Honestly, it's an amazing story. It changes people's lives to know that you don't know what could happen to you tomorrow. He's super intelligent, super pure. Like, him and his wife have been incredible to me. Even his wife, she is incredible. She is just a star. She is a hard worker. She is the most nicest person I've ever met. Like, she's non-judgment. She doesn't judge you. She just prays for you, loves you. That whole family is incredible. And honestly, they've gone through it, but they do not look like they've been through it. They've worked hard to rebuild that life that they tried to steal away from them. They are the definition of, we should definitely, Claudia, we need to think about this. Oh, they are the definition of Southern hospitality. Honestly, how do I explain it? Like, yeah, they're just, when they say, I'm taking back what the devil has stolen from me, that is their definition. That is their definition. I'm taking back what the enemy has stolen, tried to steal from me. And yeah, sometimes, and you know what it is? It's nice to be able to, even though my case is the worst, like every case is worse, but like in my case, I lost my husband. But it's also great to speak to people who didn't lose anybody, but they won back their victory. And victory does not always look the same. It comes in different ways. Yes. I know my husband. Yes, Chrissy. Like, I know my husband is at peace, would be at peace knowing that I'm in great hands, and that I have people around me who are supporting me, who are loving me, and who take care of me, even in the times when I'm silent. Like, there's not been a day when they don't message me. And that's why I struggle so much, because when I tell you guys, these are my support system and they live so far from me, that's the hardest part. Like, yeah. My biggest supporters, honestly. Yeah. What's embarrassing, Kayla? Hi, honey. Oh, bless your soul. May the Lord protect you. May the Lord protect you, honey. Kayla looks like she needs finding. I think she's already lost. She just needs the finding. And I pray in the mighty name of Jesus that you find Jesus Christ in your heart. I believe so. We were together for 2 years. I truly believe, like, oh, no, sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. Listen, I'm not gonna share too much, but all I'm gonna say is Dallas ain't ready. Dallas already knows they ain't ready. Ken Paxton ain't ready. Greg Abbott ain't ready, because I'm not gonna sit there and have a conversation with you. They ain't ready. Thank you, Sophie. Texas ain't ready. The Constitution ain't ready, because the only best way, thank you so much, my darling, the only best way to fight your battles is very calmly and with knowledge. Calmly and with knowledge. They can take my husband away, but they can't take my knowledge away. They can't take me away. They can't take my studies away. They can't take my health away. I don't know if I should rebuke you or not. I swear to God. Listen. Let me tell you something, right? Even if I served myself to you in a plate, you wouldn't know what to do with me. I can promise you now. Only this man here knew how to deal with my crazy ass. Only this. See this one here? That's lovely smile, that angelic face. That's the only man in this earth that knew how to deal with me. I stressed him out. Oh my God, I saw something. Shegger's cake. Guys, stop it. Because when I see food, especially cake, you lose me. You lose track of me. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. I should have been doing this from the beginning, just posting him up in the background. Like, I love seeing his face. Look at him. I miss him, man. Not gonna lie, this man would have done anything for me. Anything. He's done anything for me. Anything that he could had capabilities to do for me, he has done it. This man. Look at his smile. He's so handsome with his little apple cheeks and those beautiful eyes and that lovely nose. Thank you, Claudia. Definitely, it's not cheap to fly to Texas anymore, especially since those gas prices have gone up. But look at him, and look at his ears. His ears were pinned back. Like, you know, us girls, we wish we had pinned back ears, so when we slick our hair back, our ears don't. That man had automatic ears pulled back. Because people pushed for it. The victims' families pushed for it. This guy had automatic ears. He had no wrinkles. Honey, this is Botox, so my Botox is going. I used to joke around with him, right? I used to joke around with him and I used to say to him, boy, you definitely have an esthetician in there. And you better hook me up because your face just... How can you be 37 on death row and you look like you ain't spending an hour? Definitely. Definitely. As he got older, he got more handsome. Yeah. Honestly, all he did was smile, laugh. He was such a romantic. Like, I wished I had the opportunity to spend just him and I time at home. No, I'm from Mars. I'm an alien. I'm not Albanian. I'm alien. You don't get hate. I listen, one thing I always knew was my husband was good looking. Even when he was young, so you're more than welcome to say he was good looking. I love it. Do you know what? I went from this like jealous kind of woman to now that even when he was alive, I loved it when people used to say he's handsome. Like, oof. And even when he gave his life to Christ, he became level 500, level unlimited. Like, he was just bon appetit. He was delicious. Like, this man, like, when he gave his life to Christ, oof. When this man would pray, the heavens would shake. The heavens would shake. A 100%. Like when people used to say to me, your husband's good looking, I'm like, damn right. Yep, damn right. Yep. Like, thank you. I used to get so happy when people used to see what I deal with every single day. I found joy in when people used to acknowledge of who my husband is. Like, I can hear him laughing even now, knowing that he's laughing. He's like, but he used to test my patience. He used to raise my blood pressure at times. Yeah. That day they killed him is the day that they killed me spiritually. You know what I used to say to him? He used to say to me, Tiana, you're crying as though you're being executed. And I used to say to him, you're physically on death row. I'm mentally on death row. I'm mentally on death row. The day they kill you physically is the day they kill me in here. I will never stop speaking about him because this man was beyond beauty in inside and out. Like, yes, it's nice to be this good looking. That's fine. It's nice to be this good looking, right? But what was in that head? Even though I used to call him empty head, but really and truly what was in that head was way beyond more. Like, I just wish, I used to cry and scream, like, why did you follow your cousin? Why? Like, why would you ever follow him knowing he was a criminal? Like, and he used to be like, babe, I'm so sorry. Like, he used to apologize to me April 30th. That's his day of the day he died. October 30th is when his birthday is. Right? Like, you worry consistently if they're going to be okay. Stop it. I love my Dallas citizens. You Dallas citizens are the best. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I love Dallas. I love Dallas. I'm so glad that my husband introduced me to Dallas. Yeah, you're there mentally. And and sometimes I think they don't understand it. And I don't blame them for not understanding why we are the way we are, because they never thought they would experience that kind of love. But yeah, that's my boy. That is my boy. I will definitely let you go. Guys, let me tell you something. You guys will definitely know. You guys will definitely know when I'm back in Dallas. Fort Worth will know. No, not Fort Worth. Dallas Fort Worth Airport will know. Yeah. He was executed. Listen, he had ambition. Thank you, Brandy. One thing about James is he had ambition. He had motivation. He was just incredible. He was an incredible man. I'm not gonna lie. I have met some guys in this world, and they are just, you look at them and I'm like, are you really saying that? Like, is that how your brain is conjoined? Like, the cells in your brain, is this how they multiply every single day to create new cells? Oh yes, Kendra, for sure. For sure. No. Oh, Kendra, I told you. I already messaged you. You're the first person that I will tell once I land. One of the first people. Thank you so much, Diana. I was in Florida, actually. I had a layover in Florida in December when I went to see James. Oh, Claudia, yes. Guys, it looks like we're going to have to get together. We're going to have a get together. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. May the Lord bless you. I love Arizona. Guys, I'm not even going to lie, Claudia. I'm so happy you're in Arizona because I love Arizona. I'm not even going to ask you where in Arizona you're from, but all I can say to you is I've spent a lot of time in Phoenix, in Scottsdale, in Tucson. What's that other place called? That's where all the sports is. Oh, it starts with a G. It's next. It's like half an hour drive from Scottsdale. How is that? I forgot. I always remember it. It's where all the like sports stadiums are. Oh, Tucson. I spent so much time in Glendale. Thank you, Glendale. Glendale. There we go. I know my way through the whole of Arizona. Guys, at this point, I'm gonna have to rent a car and just start traveling again through states. Oh yeah. DeSantis will definitely not want me. Oh yeah, for sure. DeSantis definitely does not want me in Florida. I can tell you that. He will have a heart attack. I know him and his little friend, Governor Abbott, have spoken about me. Sedona in Arizona is beautiful as well. I've been to Sedona. Guys, I've spent... Oh my God. And they have the best... Guys, are we starting about food again? You guys need to stop. Because you know when I start speaking about food, you guys... No, I don't know how to stop. That is something that everybody keeps telling me to go check a PO box. I really need to get that sorted out. But what I've done is I am taking time off until Monday. And then on Monday, I'm on the roll. I am on the roll. Jesus. I've lost so much weight on my face. I swear to God, the amount of people that have asked me if I'm going to move on and have another relationship, I could have got rich if I put $1 in it every single time. I could have got my ticket to Dallas by now. Oh, for sure. I want to meet up with everybody. Have a good cookout. I want a lovely cookout. Right now for the summer, it's 2,000. And since the gas prices have gone up, thank you, Val. Since the prices have gone up with the gas, the tickets have gone stupidly, extremely expensive because I've never seen a ticket to be 2,000 to Dallas for me and my daughter. Oh, I definitely want some soul. Are you crazy? I want some good soul food. I want to fall asleep as soon as I eat. Really? Tucson is pretty. Tucson is beautiful. There's actually a church. So I used to go to my church conference in Tucson. The Door Church. They're incredible. That's how I used to go to Tucson so often. So you can try it out. Oh, Brandy, that is so cute. Oh, Tucson people are so nice. I feel like they're beautiful people. They're nice. Arizonians are nice. Oh, I will definitely, yes. Yeah, there's a GoFundMe page. There's a GoFundMe page in Claudia's bio. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I need to go. Yeah, Arizona. I know another wrongful conviction in Arizona. Trust me. This person wasn't even at the scene, and he spent 15 years in death row until he was... Yeah. Guys, would you like it if I invited people that were wrongfully convicted? Honey, these bags are law school and death row put together. And I don't know how the heck I'm going to get them out. Like, I want to be able to remove them naturally without any fillers or any injections just yet. I might have to resort to that, but how the heck do I get rid of these? Okay, I'm going to start speaking to people. I have another incredible person I want on this live. His name is Nick Yaris. Nick Yaris, he is my godfather. Yes, Remy's been doing that as well. Nick Yaris, he was wrongfully convicted in death row for 22 years. There's actually a Broadway show about him called The Fear of 13. He is my godfather. I love him to bits. And I'm going to try and get him on here. Technology is not his best suit, but we're going to have to teach him. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, my love. Guys, Nick Yaris is incredible. Spent many years in Pennsylvania death row for a crime he did not commit. And he was on the verge of being sat down on the electrocution chair. He was a month away from being electrocuted for a crime he didn't commit until one of the judges jumped in and said to search the DNA, which they kept destroying. Nick Yaris, incredible, incredible, incredible story. But yeah, guys, I am out. I am going to rest. Here we go. Thank God I'm leaving because the haters are waking up from their little cocoons. Well, Remy, you guys know I get on here quite late, but I'm going to try my best to get on earlier. God bless you guys. I love you. You guys are in my prayers. Honestly, I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you, Remy. God bless you.